a very beautiful day here in Toronto. Nice blue sky and much cooler temperatures than the past couple of days. Wonder how many of y'all are enjoying this very nice weather. Hey guys, how are you all doing? It's me once again, Alex, here in the city's north end at the intersection of Steeles Avenue East and Pharmacy Avenue here in the Scarborough borough. And as I mentioned a lot of times, Steeles Avenue is the border of the city of Toronto proper. So north of Steeles is Markham in York region. And we're here in Scarborough, Toronto, which is a borough, a huge borough here in the east end of the city. And for those that may not be from here, it used to be its own city. Oh look, there's I think that's the same D40LF. I saw a Donmel station while waiting for the 167. There's Victoria Park Avenue. That's a block west of here, and there's all this open space here. Anyway, this is a pretty industrialized area. At least on the west side. The east side is just it's mostly residential. But in North Scarborough, it's kind of common to see that. So we're going to make a little walking video here along Pharmacy Avenue because I've never filmed a walk on this street before. And there's the IBM. Is it the headquarters or is I'm assuming it's the Canadian headquarters. It's back in May, I filmed a walking video along Esna Park Drive, which turns into Pharmacy at Steeles. So you got, if you want, it's on my channel. You can check it out if you want. And it was also 3 weeks ago. I was in this area as I filmed a walk along Gordon Baker Road, which is just down the street from here. And then I filmed a couple of elevators and I filmed a bus ride. But now I'm back here. I think this is the. I'm not sure what neighborhood this is. When I came to this area, I was mostly in North York. Let's see what neighborhood this is. Or district, at least. Apparently we're in the Steeles district. I don't think anybody calls it that, but probably for electoral reasons. Yeah, a lot more offices down this way, some of which I filmed inside, at least if they had vintage elevators, but I might want to refilm 2 elevators because both of those takes, people came on, and I do not like when people come on when I'm filming, or there have already been other times where I just get through it, so while I'm, maybe before I hop on the 924 at rush hour, I think that's what I'll do. Yeah, and today is the 7th of July, 2023. Happy birthday to my cousin Simon, whom we haven't seen in a video since last year. Nice teddy bear here. And this is a BMO building, Bank of Montreal. Is that an alarm I'm hearing? It sounds like a fire alarm. I don't know. Nor do I care. It's not my business. And it's 24 Celsius, so as I've just mentioned, it's a lot better. It's a lot cooler than the past couple of days because the past 3 days it was freaking hot. Temperatures went up to 32 Celsius and it felt like freaking 39. Despite that, I still went out, but I didn't film anything outdoors. Well, other than filming subway trains as I'm working on a compilation. It's now nearly 30 minutes, but I'm gonna extend it anyway. And I filmed an elevator yesterday before a big storm came. And the day before, it was also very hot. I just went down to the path. I didn't film anything at all, so I just took it kind of slow because of the extreme heat. But it's a much nicer day today. It's going to be very nice this weekend, so I might as well enjoy it. There's big corporate offices, financial institutions here. And I think after this, I'm going to film a walk up Victoria Park Avenue, which is a street I don't often film on. But yeah, I did mention in the past about bringing back the Subway compilations. I mean, I already posted one for June, but already making one for July, although it may be 2 halves of this month, because every time I'm filming and I just put, and you know, I'm editing along on DaVinci Resolve, it's going up to like, it's going up to like nearly 25-30 minutes. I mean, I don't mind that. I mean, I don't want it to be like super long like how I did it in the past. But I'm only doing this because, you know, it's summer, I have more time on my hands. And yesterday, as I just mentioned, I went to mostly Rosedale and Yorkville. And the whole time I was out, the TTC was in a total mess. Well, actually, I wasn't really caught in it. But someone got stabbed yesterday at Eglinton Station, and I saw the video, which is circulating online thanks to BlockTO. And now TPS, they're looking for a black male with a green hoodie. But yeah, it was everyone is saying that it's an attempted murder, but they've also said it's not a random attack, and it's believed that a verbal disagreement was instigated. But oh my God, I've heard from people. I've heard from people that there was total confusion, there was miscommunication, or none at all. Like always from the TTC, whenever the subway is being shut down. But it happened like at lunchtime, and at the same time, I was only leaving my place to go to Rosedale Station, and so when I got to Bloor Young, and then I took it to Rosedale, I kept hearing that there was no service between Davisville and Lawrence because of a security incident. I didn't really think much. So, but then when I got back to Bloor Young, I got a text from my mom and saying someone had been stabbed. So, oh my gosh, I go to Eglinton Station all the time. Oh my God, if I was there, God knows what the situation I might have been in. How bad would it turn into? But of course, whenever there's a service suspension or delay, lots of angry customers are there expressing their frustration, and there's tons of crowded people, and also barely any shuttle buses. So of course, that persisted into the afternoon rush, and subway service did not even resume until 8 p.m. that evening. But I started to head home because there's a storm coming, and luckily I didn't get wet. But seriously, another day on the frickin' TTC. And now again, like always, it's got people thinking, should I take the subway the next day? But I've already talked about this in older videos as we just passed Gordon Baker Road, and I didn't even know it starts right here. I thought the whole time it started at Victoria Park. Anyway, I said this before, and I'll say it again. It's not going to stop me from taking the TTC. I mean, as you guys already know, even though I'm legally allowed to drive, I choose not to. And sure, I mean, I don't always feel unsafe on the TTC, nor have I ever been. But especially when I'm filming on TTC property, you always got to be aware of freaking panhandlers. And there's the same bus I was on, 3235, heading back to Don Mill Station on the 167. But yeah, so that was yesterday's chaos, and despite that the TTC said that customer satisfaction has been slightly going up and the crime reduction there's been going down, I find it very freaking hard to believe. because despite that TPS is out on their like normal shift patrolling the system, it's, as I mentioned, it doesn't really help. But I was also reading an article yesterday from Toronto Life, pretty much explaining why the TTC is so underfunded and prolonging with its inconsistency and all that shit. And that's one of the frustrations, you know, when you take the TTC, right? I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm a public transit enthusiast. I mean, as much as I love filming my usual rides and whatever I can find, it's just very frustrating that you gotta deal with a network of outages and whatever problems you may encounter. And I especially feel for anybody that's an operator. Like, for instance, I was filming a ride on the 203 on Monday, and this bus driver recognized me. We had a great chat together. So he was one of the nicest bus drivers I've met. So thank you to Gary. But again, I mean, even operators are starting to feel the burnout. I mean, it's not. I'm saying this even as we're not at the peak of what it was before, but it's still quite disturbing. But likewise, you just gotta keep your eyes open and ears as well. So I've just been narrowly missing all that crazy shit yesterday. But other than that, as it goes with YouTubing, I mean, I haven't filmed a walking video since Tuesday when I went to Brampton. All I've been doing yesterday and the day before was filming mostly subway trains with a compilation, random clips, and I think one elevator. And I might film a couple more since I'm already in the area. So we're gonna end this off at McNicoll Avenue. Yeah, so anyway, there's my rant. That's how I feel about everything. And yes, the TTC is just not what it used to be before. Especially that the federal government or is it the provincial government? They're not even like investing in like what we do need. Or Doug Ford is just doing is just mishandling things, right? I mean, it's not actually. I mean, this is my opinion. Like, the TTC it's not very terrible. It's not in a state of repair, but it could really be a lot better. It's not perfect at all. It's really not excellent, and even I get very frustrated with them sometimes. So I think they still need to get their shit together. So, and just make the system very welcoming. And actually, at least lately, they've been very welcoming to people with cameras and stuff. You know, as I mentioned before, I've been watching these American YouTubers who are conducting their First Amendment rights. It's very not only is it entertaining to see these videos, but it's also education and pretty much like as a videographer and documenter, I'll pretty much like learn how to deal with Karens and nosy ass people and security guards and stuff. Arnold Avenue. Anyway, I know I've been ranting about this for so long, but I just want to speak out. Well, don't tell me we're at McNicoll already. Unless I want to continue the video, head west along McNicoll to Victoria Park. It's quite a hell of a walk to get down to Finch. And also that part up ahead is rather boring and it's not really interesting to me at all. Even though I'm walking at a pretty fair pace. Okay, could have used your bell or something there, red sweater dude. Or at least get the fuck off the sidewalk. Wow. Didn't even give me a warning there. Sheesh. My God, people sometimes. as I mentioned, I'm still slightly falling back on transit content, so that's why I'm trying to keep up with filming some subway trains and trying to film bus rides I've never filmed before, or at least like different parts of the cities. Like maybe, for instance, I want to go all the way to the very same city, film the 54 heading westbound, or I got a list. It's a lot to explain. So, but luckily me, grip block. Okay, I noticed this while I was riding the bus. That flag on the right, I don't know what that is, but it's standing right next to the Canadian flag and the American flag. I'm not really sure what grip block is. What's the time right now? 2:08. In between videos, I'm gonna get my water bottle and have a sip. I kept it in the fridge. I didn't really get a good thumbnail yet, so I'm gonna have to, of course, edit when I get home and see which is a good thumbnail. Going over office. Seliki furniture blowout sale. And here's McNicoll Avenue. It's a lot more interesting when you go way further east, but it's a hell of a ways for me to get there. So I don't think I want to, but you won't see me there anytime soon. Especially that the northeast end of the city is underserved. So hey, Saint Germain is here. This building may look like it may have an elevator. I don't know. I mean, I don't want to. There's stuff blocking. And this patio here is closed. And here we are at McNicoll Avenue. Now I could take the 42 to Victoria Park, even though it's just a 5-minute walk, but oh, I can smell it from here. Should I walk? 42 west of Finch Station, 5 minutes. By the time I get to Victoria Park, the bus would already be waiting right here. So and anyway, I've actually been filming for just 18.5 minutes now, so I think it's a good time for me to wrap up the video and get some water and then continue on. So guys, thank you all for watching another one of my walking videos around Toronto. And also guys, I don't always say this, but I don't just film walks around the city. As I mentioned before, I film a lot of full-length TTC bus routes, subway compilations, and I also film elevators and random things you may find here in the city. So if you're new here, give me a sub. Turn on your bell notifications so you don't miss on any videos. And I don't say this in every single video anymore because I don't always get them. But if you want to support the channel, feel free to leave a donation to me on PayPal, or you can do so down below the video using the super thanks button, and your support would be generally appreciated. So thank you guys. I'll catch you on the flip side, and take care. Bye bye.